Hello, you know we are obsessed about wheels here, specifically OEM factory wheels. And today I'd like to introduce to you the best original equipment manufacturer wheel ever. Well, that might turn out to be controversial, but I'm going with it. So when people talk about Nissan GTR wheels, this is probably what people have in mind. When the R35 was introduced to the United States in 2009, as a 2009 model year, this 7-spoke wheel is what most people saw. It was either silver, like this one here, or it might have been the gray color. But generally, this is what we have in mind. It's a nice, mild design. It goes pretty well with many different makes and models, and as a result of that, it's used in a lot of different applications. So, talking about specs, the GTR uses staggered wheels, and staggered means there's something about the specifications or the dimensions of the front wheels that's different from the rear wheels. And in this case, both these wheels are 20 inches in diameter, but the width is different and the offset is different as well. So when we have, so this one here is a front wheel, as you can see by the black F. Then this one here is a rear wheel, as you can see with the red R. Side by side, this is what we have. This is a 9.5 inch wheel. That's the width. This one is 10.5 inches in width. The offset is also different. This one is 45, this one is 25. So if you put this one where this one was, it's going to poke out quite considerably. And you can see from the concavity of the spokes that this one is a little more aggressive. Some people like that. This one is very, very close to factory for many other Nissan products. But as I said, I'm here to introduce other things, wheels that you might not have known. There are many other designs, but I'm going to jump through. We have the 2012 versions, we have the 2017 versions and up, but I'm jumping all those to go to a different spec. Okay, so set this aside somewhere, and I'll introduce, as I said, one of the best wheels ever. This one right here. Black Edition, or I guess more accurately, Track Edition. I have to admit this. The first time I saw this wheel and I saw how much they were selling for, I said, boy, that's so ugly. I bet it's gotta be so perfect in every other sense, because they're not cheap. You could get one of these wheels for maybe 600 bucks. This one here, yeah, I'd say 900. Just depends on where you buy. Sometimes you could get a full set of wheels for $1,000. It just really depends. But so this one right here, look at the spokes. Compared to this is a front wheel right here, and when you compare it to this wheel right here, most of the specs are the same. The width, they're both 9.5 inch in width. They're both 20 inches in diameter. This one is a 7-spoke. This one is a 6-spoke. Some people have said it looks kind of like a knockoff Ray's TE37 wheel, but I guess just opinions on this matter. Sometimes, I think, depending on how large your wheel is, sometimes you want more spokes. It throws me off a little bit that you have 6 spokes on a 5-lug wheel, but you could say the same about the 7-spoke wheel on a 5-lug. You want 5 spokes for 5 holes, 5 lug holes, but it works. So when it comes to GTR wheels, most of them, very few of them have any differences, but all the front wheels offered with the GTR are 20 by 9.5 with an offset of 45. The rears are 20 by 10.5 with an offset of 25, and that's pretty much standard. So as I said, first time I saw this wheel, I wasn't attracted by its look, but again, in a weird reverse psychology manner, I was really attracted to the wheel, and I wanted to know what the hype was all about and why they commanded so much money in the market. So I had to get one of these. Well, in typical fashion of me, I actually got lots of these to kind of keep playing with. So this is the original wheel, the one I saw first, and for people that like black wheels, maybe this is your thing. Look at it. The color is actually pretty good. I think it's a nice black. I don't know the real code or the name that they give it, but it's got a nice shine with it. However, you could actually get it like this. And again, this is just depends on your taste, but I was more attracted to this one. Once I found out that they do have the same wheel with a different color scheme going on, I had to get it. So this is the Nissan GTR Black Edition wheel, and this one here is the Track Edition. At least that's what people in the know have told me. They're generally both called Black Edition wheels, and it makes sense when you have wheels that are all black, call them Black Edition, especially in 2022, when a Black Edition, Midnight Edition, means blacking everything out for you. But we'll kind of set this off to the side. So what's special about these wheels? I've said that they're not all pretty, so there has to be something special about them. And being that the spec is just, yes, this is a front wheel. You can kind of tell by the concavity. Let me show you a rear wheel from this group right here. Might be impressed by it. This is what a rear wheel looks like. Concave, huh? Yeah. So this is what a rear wheel looks like. Nice, well sunken in, but when you look at it from the side, I guess it looks exactly the same. So what's special about them? Weight. This one right here, I think they are maybe not quite 2 pounds, but I'd say about, you know what? I could play the guessing game all day, but what good does that do us? How about we use a scale? A pool table is not the best place to put a scale, but it's gonna have to work right now. So let's go ahead and turn this on. 0, okay? So let's weigh this one right here, the original one. Front wheel, it's usually right around 26.6. Okay, 26.4, we're gonna go with that, okay? Then, right at the same spot, let's weigh this other one here. It's really light. Front for front, right? The other one was 26.4, correct? This one is 24. Whoa, actually. So it's 2.4 pounds lighter. That's really good. Okay, so you've seen that. Let's set this off to the side. We've done the fronts. Now let's try to do the rears without throwing anything over the edge, I guess. Here's a standard wheel. Should be 1 pound heavier than the front wheel. 27.8, that's surprising. Usually expect 27.6, but some of these wheels, is it wheel weights or what? All right, we'll go with that, 27.8. The good thing is that if there's an error, the error is being applied uniformly on all the wheels. Seems lighter than even the front wheel. This one right here. 25.4. Compare that to what, 27.8? So 2.4. So all in all, these wheels are 2.4 pounds lighter than the other ones. Isn't that crazy? I think it is crazy. But yeah, so that's the main allure of these wheels, is the weight. How much lighter is it? It's 2.5 pounds, 2.4 pounds lighter. And again, that's just as I said, that's, when we look at these numbers, we need to remember that for original factory wheels, these are really light. You don't really get 20-inch wheels with this spec right here with that light of a weight. But still, OEMs don't go just for light. They have to work engineering considerations. I got something else for you. Hang tight. So I did mention that when I like something, I tend to go maybe a little overboard, maybe not. So what I did though is that I liked that design. I liked the black kinda, sorta, but I started looking at what else can I do about it? Because as much as this color is okay, in an interesting way, having silver on the lip tends to make your wheels look smaller. Gives it that old school muscle vibe. And if you like it, then that's cool. But I just wanted to play with the other things. By chance, I bought this wheel, a set of these wheels right here, staggered, and they, this is what, a teal color. Nice powder coat went into it, and I started thinking, you know what? I do kind of like the solid color, just having one color on, you know, for the whole wheel. So that's what I've been doing. I've been collecting these wheels, and right now I think I've got, I'm gonna say 7 sets of black edition wheels. And just like we've been doing for other wheels all along, is that I try to make square sets, and square is just the opposite of staggered in this case, whereby in a staggered set, the front and the rear are different. In some industries, you can have different specs on the left and right sides too, but a square set just means all 4 wheels are the same spec. And dabbling in wheels, I've noticed that those sell much faster. People who like mild modifications, think about it. Someone who's paying $2,000 for an OEM wheel is kind of playing it safe, right? You could buy something else for $2,000 bucks, but sometimes we'll like the OEM stuff. So they do that, and people that have sedans, for example, non-coupes like the GTR, they want all 4 wheels the same. So I've been selling sets of front wheels. People buy those sets of rear wheels. People buy those SUV guys, the crossover guys, for example. So I guess going forward, I'm trying different things, getting different colors. I just recently found a color that I like really, really much. So I will end up powder coating a few sets of these wheels that color. Not this one though. I only do that for the wheels that are in rough shape. But when I buy the wheels looking like this, I just let those be, because replicating this color right here is pretty difficult. And I've seen people try it. I've seen people like buy an all black wheel and then try to machine it so that the silver comes up, but it just doesn't look as good as it does over here. And the other option is try to powder coat it. So you powder coat 2 different colors. Again, it doesn't come out quite as well. I guess that's where I draw the line. If you find a wheel, buy one of these that needs so much work, pay for it just like a regular wheel, whereby I'm going to, regular is not exactly the right term here, pay for it knowing that I'm going to refurbish the entire wheel. I'm not going to try to match that. You could make it all black if you want, but I know black wheels do sell, but I guess with my clientele, maybe people just seem interested in many different colors, not just black. So we've been playing with the grays and the silvers. So yeah, that's it. So having said that, do you think this is like the best wheel in the world? I know, as I said, I know that statement is controversial, but hey, I just wanted to share something with you guys in case you've seen people, playing around with these wheels and you're wondering, and you have the same thought I do, that, man, that looks ugly. The following thought for me is, it looks so ugly, I gotta find out why people like it. All right, all the best. We'll catch up later, okay? Stay safe.